In this section of the lecture, we'll explain and illustrate how to write different sections of a research proposal. We'll start with the working title. The working title is the first element that influences the reader. The title gives a quick access to the content of the research proposal. Therefore, it's important to write meaningful and attractive and informative titles. There are certain guidelines that help you write good titles. Before we tackle these guidelines, we should focus on the word working title. Working means something that's not permanent. It's not final. So it's just something to start with, but at the end we'll have a final title for the study. Firstly, titles should be brief, precise, and meaningful. Long, wordy, and complicated titles are very confusing for the reader. Here you have to use the minimal number of words and avoid very complex structures. Good titles state the main problem or phenomenon. Here your main variables, especially in quantitative studies, should appear in the title. For example, if you are investigating the influence of intrinsic motivation on some skills, you have to mention the term, which is a key term or a variable here, extrinsic motivation, and also you have to name the other construct. In addition to that, a good title suggests even the type of design. Here the use of words like that indicate the type of research, like exploratory, descriptive, or words that show your approach, or even words that show the methodology like action research or experiment, can appear or in fact should appear in the title. Next, a good title should be researchable. That is to say, it should show that the study is realistic. It should avoid abstraction. Another important element that should appear in your title is the population, in case you are investigating a population, or the corpus, in case you are working on a corpus. This adds precision to your title. Finally, it's important to note that titles should not appear in the form of a question. They are titles, and also they don't appear in the form of a full statement. Only titles, phrases that say something on the variables, the population, the corpus, and design. Let's take an illustration. Here are some titles. The first title reads, Exploring Pre-Service Teachers' Language Learning Beliefs and Effects of These Beliefs on Their Practice Teaching. Of course, this is a title that's found online. It's a real study. Notice that the term exploring refers to the research type. It is exploratory in nature. Pre-service teachers, here is the population. It's very precise. It's not any teacher, but pre-service teachers. And then we see the variables, language learning beliefs, and practice teaching. And here we see the relationship between them indicated very clearly. A second example, the implementation of project-based approach among preschoolers, a collaborative action research project. Here again you see a title that shows the population. We have the term here preschoolers, schoolers, and another term that indicates the type of research, a collaborative action research project. And the third term is project-based approach. This is a main variable. Let's take a third example. Cultural load in English language textbooks, an analysis of interchange series. In this title, we see some important elements. Cultural load in English language textbooks as a construct or a variable. An analysis, this shows the analysis, although I see that the term an analysis is not very precise. It doesn't show the type of analysis like content analysis or something else. And finally, we have interchange series. This is a corpus. The study will be conducted on a corpus. It is the interchange series. We have also more examples. The influence of the second language on first language writing, a case study of a Polish-English bilingual child. A case study, this is the type of or the methodology, the case study, and a Polish-English bilingual child, this is the case, or in a way the individual on which the study is conducted. And the other term is second language as a first variable and first language writing as a second variable. Next, we have another title, a survey study of the association between mobile phone use and daytime sleepiness in California high school students. We see here again the survey study, the methodology. The type of research is a survey. It's based on a survey of the association between mobile phone use and daytime sleepiness. Association is an important term. It shows the relationship between the variables. The first variable is mobile phone use, and the second variable is daytime sleepiness. Finally, we have the population. It's California high school students. The last example is the effect of formative assessment rubrics on EFL writing development and experimental study. Again, the writer or the writer of this title has used the term an experimental study, referring to the design, and the two variables also are very clear. Formative assessment rubrics and EFL writing development. So on the whole, we can see that the writers of these titles, illustrative titles, managed to a great extent to comply with the guidelines of writing a good title for a research proposal. A final word can be said about titles, and this is related to the mechanics of writing. It has to do with capitalization. In a title, like all the other types of titles, the content words are capitalized. The first letter of a content word is capitalized, while the grammatical words or the function words like articles, prepositions, here they shouldn't be capitalized. Also, conjunctions are considered as function words. Conjunctions which are shorter than 5 letters shouldn't have a capital letter at the beginning, but those which extend to 5 letters, like the term without, here some say that they should be capitalized. Also, when the title has 2 parts which are separated by a colon, the first word that comes after the colon, even if it is a content, even if it is a function word, should have a capital letter.